There are some band instruments that are called transposing instruments. These instruments were designed to play in a specific key where the quality of their sound is optimal. In other words, the tone of the instrument sounds best when it is in the most center of the instrument's range. So for example, the B-flat trumpet, B-flat clarinet, B-flat bass clarinet, alto saxophone, and the horn are all transposing instruments. This means that the note that they see on the page is not the same as the pitch on the piano. A horn, for example, sounds a fifth lower than the piano, so their written music, to compensate for the difference, is written a fifth higher. If their written music matched the pitch, it would be difficult for it to fit on the staff. So when a B-flat trumpet plays their written B-flat on the page, the B-flat sounds like a C on the piano. This can make playing with other instruments really difficult. To make it easier in band, the band teacher will often say concert before a pitch. So, for example, I might say, let's all play concert C. If every instrument just played their written C, all of the trumpets, horns, saxes, and clarinets would sound like they're playing a wrong note, because they are playing a wrong note. So let's talk about how to transpose so that when you're asked to play a specific pitch or a concert pitch, you know which written pitch on the page this is for you. So as you can see here, because the trumpet is a B-flat instrument and was designed to sound a whole step lower than the piano, the note they see on the page is a C, but the sound it makes is a B-flat on the piano. We could also say when a trumpet plays a C, it sounds a B-flat. Our F instruments, like the French horn, are lower, so their music is written higher to compensate. When they play a written C, it sounds an F. Our E-flat instruments, like the alto saxophone, are lower, so their music is also written higher to compensate. When they play a written C, it sounds an E-flat. We can use the circle of fifths to help us with this task of transposition. When the band director says to play a concert pitch, we first find that pitch on the circle. Then our B-flat instruments can count 2 notches clockwise on the circle to discover their written note. Let's try that. So a trumpet player, if their band director says to play a concert B-flat, they would first find the B-flat on the circle of fifths. Then they would travel over 2 notches to the right to find their written pitch, which in this case is a C. Let's try a few examples. Band director says concert C, the trumpet player 2 notches over would play a D. Concert G would be a written A. What about D-flat? We find the D-flat on the circle of fifths, go over 2 notches clockwise to find the written pitch, which is E-flat. Let's try it with F instruments. For our F instruments, when the band director says to play a concert pitch, we find that note on the circle, and then our F instruments can count 1 notch clockwise on the circle of fifths to discover their written note. Let's try it. So if the band director says to play a concert B-flat, our French horn would play an F, 1 notch clockwise on the circle of fifths. If the band director says to play a concert F, the French horn player would go over 1 notch for their written C. Band director says concert C, the French horn player would play a written G. Concert G would then be a written D. Concert D would be a written A. If they said play a concert A-flat, the French horn player would find A-flat on the circle of fifths, go over 1 notch, and find their E-flat. For our E-flat instruments, when the band director says play a concert pitch, we find that note on the circle, and then our E-flat instruments can then count 3 notches clockwise on the circle of fifths to find their written note. Let's try it. If a band director says to play a concert E-flat, we would go over 3 notches clockwise to find a C. If the band director says to play a concert B-flat, we'd go over 3 notches and the written pitch would be a G. Band director says concert C, we go over 3 notches to an A. The band director says concert D, we go over 3 notches for a B. Transposition may feel tricky at first, but with tools like the circle of fifths, paired with daily practice, will help you get the hang of it in no time.